So if you're trying to decide whether to buy a home based on housing headlines, you probably are more confused than when you started. One headline says the market is crashing, another says prices are going higher, one says rates are falling, one says affordability is broken, one says buyers have leverage, another says competition is coming back. So who's right? The answer is maybe all of them, depending on the buyer, the market, the price point, and the strategy. That is why housing headlines are not your home buying plan. My name is Eric Hamilton. I'm a Senior Vice President of Mortgage Lending, a branch manager, and the person behind Apply with Eric YouTube channel. On this channel, I help buyers use data and strategy instead of fear and guessing. Today, we're going to be talking about what the housing headlines are getting wrong right now. Not because the data is useless, data really matters, but the wrong interpretation of the data can cause buyers to wait too long, move too fast, or make decisions that do not fit their actual life. The first thing headlines get wrong is treating the housing market like one big national market. It is not. There is no single housing market. There are local markets, there are price ranges, neighborhoods, property types, and buyer segments. A condo market can be soft while the single-family homes are competitive. A luxury price point can sit while entry-level homes move quickly. One suburb can have inventory building while another still has multiple offers. One state can feel completely different than another. So when a headline says home prices are falling or buyers have leverage, the first question should be where, what price point, and what type of property. Because if the headline is national, but your decision is local, you need more context. The second mistake is confusing. Mortgage rates and affordability. Rates matter, but affordability is not just the rate. Affordability is a relationship between income, purchase price, mortgage rate, property taxes, insurance, HOA dues, mortgage insurance, cash to close, and your comfort level. That is why two buyers can look at the exact same rate and have completely different realities. One buyer has no debt, strong income, and cash reserves. Another buyer may have car payments, student loans, less cash, and a tighter monthly budget. But they get the same rate, different affordability. This is also why waiting for rates to drop may not solve all your problems. If rates fall but prices rise, taxes increase, insurance is higher, or competition reduces seller credits, the full picture may not improve as much as the headlines make it seem. Do not ask what are rates doing, ask what does the full payment and cash plan look like for me. The third mistake is ignoring inventory and competition. A lot of headlines focus on rates and prices, but buyers live in the inventory. If there are more homes available in your price range, you may have more time, more options, and more negotiating room. If there are fewer homes available in your price range, competition can still be intense even if the national market sounds slow. This is especially important for first-time buyers. Entry-level inventory can behave differently than overall market. If the homes you can afford are the same homes every other first-time home buyer wants, your experience may feel competitive even if the news says the market is cooling. So do not just watch national headlines, watch active listings in your target area. Watch days on market, watch price reductions, watch seller credits. Watch how fast good homes are going under contract. That is the market you're actually buying in. The fourth mistake is waiting for certainty. This is one of the biggest traps. Buyers say, I'm going to wait until rates are lower, or I'm going to wait until prices come down, or I'm going to wait for the perfect home, or I'm going to wait until the market makes sense. I understand why. Buying a home is a major decision and nobody wants to make a mistake, but the market rarely sends a perfect green light. Usually the opportunity is clear after it is already gone. When rates are high, there may be less competition, but payments are harder. When rates fall, payments may improve, but competition can increase. When inventory rises, buyers may have more options and they still worry that prices could fall. When prices are rising, buyers may feel urgency, but worry about overpaying. There is always a trade-off. That is why the goal is not certainty, the goal is readiness. Ready buyers can evaluate the trade-off. Unprepared buyers wait for a headline to tell them what to do. The fifth mistake is using headlines instead of your own numbers. A headline cannot tell you your comfort payment. A headline cannot tell you how much your cash to close you need. A headline cannot tell you whether FHA, conventional, VA, USDA, or another option fits your situation. A headline cannot tell you whether seller credits would help you. A headline cannot tell you that you should pay down debt, save more, or move now. And a headline definitely cannot tell you whether buying in 2 months or 2 years is better for your specific situation. That is why the headline should start the conversation, not make your decision. Use headlines as context. Use your numbers as the decision. Here is the framework I want you to use. Before you let a housing headline change your plan, ask 5 questions. So question number 1, is the headline national, local, or specific to my price range? Question 2, does this actually change my monthly payment or cash to close? Question 3, does this affect inventory or competition in the area where I want to buy? And question 4, does this create more leverage or less leverage for me as a buyer? Question 5, does this change my personal plan or does it make me feel more emotional? The last one is important. Some headlines are informative. Some headlines are just emotional noise. Your job is not to ignore the market. Your job is to interpret the market through your personal plan. Let's say you see a headline that says home prices are falling. That sounds like buyers should wait. But then you look at your actual market and realize the homes in your price range are still moving quickly. Or maybe the price reductions are happening on overpriced homes, not that, they were just unrealistic comps. Or maybe homes are sitting longer, but sellers are offering credits that could help you reduce your cash to close or improve your payment. The headline alone does not tell you what to do. The full picture does. Now, take the opposite. You see a headline that says rates are dropping. That sounds like buyers should rush in. But if the lower rate brings more buyers back and reduces your negotiating leverage, you still need to evaluate the entire transaction. Again, the headline is not the plan. The plan is the plan. The real takeaway is this. Do not make personal home buying decisions from a national headline. Use a headline as a signal, then look at your market, your numbers, your cash, your approval, and your timeline. That is how you move from fear to mortgage strategy. And that is how you avoid being a buyer who waits, reacts, panics, or guesses. If you're trying to figure out whether the headline actually matter for your situation, book a free discovery call at applywitheric.com. We will look at your numbers, your timeline, and your target market. Whether you're buying in 2 weeks or 2 years, build the plan before you shop.